Alrighty, welcome back everyone, it's Carlan here bringing you another Neverwinter video, and today we are going to be talking about Fangbreaker Island and how to enter it. So if you go into your queues, and we go all the way down to Fangbreaker Island, you can see that it does require 3100 item level, which isn't too hard to get to unless you're a casual player. You might be struggling to get that high. However, this is the hardest dungeon in the game. I don't recommend you being minimum item level and going in there. This is definitely going to be a 3500, 3800 end game dungeon. Now the special requirements is the first time this has been introduced. You also need 28% Everfrost damage resistance, and that's what we're going to be going over in this video, how to properly get it. So first and foremost, let's go to our campaigns, Storm King's Thunder. You do have to go through the campaign, and you do have to unlock Fangbreaker Island. You do need 200 reputation, 2,000 Bone and Blowed, and then 55 10 pounds. I'm at 182 reputation out of the 200, so a couple more days and we will be unlocking Fangbreaker. Once you have unlocked it, then you want to start to look toward the ways of actually getting your 28% Everfrost resistance. Now there's a few different ways on how to do this. I will be listing all of the items in the description with their percentage and where to get it. First up, let's go back in here. If we open the campaign store, these are going to be two important items. This is going to be the potion. Just for getting the 5%, I would just get this one, but this is going to be 5% right off the bat. Also in the store is the Resist Armor Kit, which is 3% each, and you can have 2 of these on your current underwear or your undergarments. However, there is also 2 new sets of undergarments that have 3% on it each. So these could actually be 6% each if you so choose. Moving on, the Relic Boots. You're actually the only set of relic gear that you're able to get out of Fangbreaker Island are the boots. These are the end game boots right now. As you can see, at tier 2 it's 6%. At tier 3 it will be 8%. I do suggest leveling these up to tier 3 because you're not going to be using them most likely, so you just want that 8% Everfrost damage resistance. These do come from the Bryn Shander heroic encounters, so you will want to be farming those and trying to get that. I mean, they're pretty easy to get. I actually got mine the first ever encounter I did, and I do have 2 sets of them, but you're going to be farming heroics non-stop for the Bone and Blowed, so you're eventually going to get a set of your boots. Moving on, we have the Makos Signet. This ring has 3% Everfrost damage resistance, and you get this free. All you have to do is finish the Storm King's Thunder storyline, and after the final mission, you will get Makos Signet. Moving on, there's going to be some new guild items, guild food. The Stone Soup is 2% Everfrost damage resistance. This does come in higher tiers. However, we only want the Everfrost resistance, so we're just going to go with the cheapest. These cost 30 guild marks each, so they're pretty cheap. And then finally, we can move on into the Frostborn gear. The arms have 3% damage resistance, and they also come out of the trade bar store. The arms actually come from these arms you have to buy out of the Zen market, or you can actually get them from the auction house from people just selling the arms by themselves. Right now they come in the 20 key pack. The arms are pretty inexpensive. They're like 10k, if that. But if we do look at the trade bar store, The boots are also in here, but these are only 3%. Like I said, I do suggest you get the Relic Boots since they're easy to farm. And then also the chest plate, which is 4%. So you can use any combination of all of these items that I mentioned to get your 28%. I would say the easiest to do and the fastest, if you do play hardcore, or even if you don't play hardcore, and you do have some trade bars, definitely buy the breastplate, which will give you 4%. And then go ahead and get your Relic Boots, which is 8%. The ring is free, which is another 3%. The arms are another 3%. And then the potions, 5%. And then you can use either, the guild food for the 2%, or you can use the reinforcement kits. But like I said, guys, it's fairly easy to get to 28%. A lot of people were stressing out about this on how to actually get the 28% that's required to get into the dungeon. But clearly it's not really that big of a deal. It's most likely useless. It's a flawed system to begin with. 99% of the players will be just getting the 28% resistance and then taking all this gear off and putting their normal gear on to do the dungeon. The top end players aren't going to need the Everfrost resist to complete Fangbreaker Island, so there's really no point of even using this stuff. The Relic gear is decent. It has very minor statistical increases. Tier 3 obviously will have better stats than these ones here on the Tier 2. And it is better than the Dragonflight. But like I said, the combat time, it's just so low. I think it's 2 hours on the Tier 3. So players are just simply not going to use that. No one wants... The Vonin Bloat is so strenuous to farm. Every heroic, you only get about 200 Vonin Bloat. And you need just insane amounts of it. You can also get 4% Everfrost resistance from the campaign itself. If we look at the campaign here, the Boons, your second campaign boon, has 2% Everfrost resistance, and then your fourth boon also gives you another 2% Everfrost resist. And these are very expensive, as you can see. This is the Tier 2 second boon. It's 6k Vonin Bloat. The rank 4 boon is 15,000 Vonin Bloat. And that's not counting all the Vonin Bloat you need just to finish the campaign itself. And plus, doing other things like restoring these boots. Like, I haven't restored these boots yet. It's 7,000 just to restore these boots. As you can see, I haven't really been farming very many heroics. I'm lacking the lanolin. But if you guys have any questions about this or how to enter Fangbreaker Island, be sure to leave me a comment below. Like I said, I will post in the description all of the Everfrost resist items and where they come from. As far as Fangbreaker Island goes, yeah, I will be doing some videos on that once I get it unlocked and everything, so you can look forward to that. But that's about it, guys. Really not much more to go over other than it's not as hard as people are making it sound to get the required resistance. It's fairly easy to do. So, if you guys have any questions or concerns, be sure to leave me a comment below. We'll see you in the next video, guys.